Hello, everyone. Welcome to High Vibes and a Mic. We are your hosts, Sylvia Madden and Veronique Anenter, moms in our 40s and 50s with lots of great spiritual insights and funny stories to light up your day. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
One, two, three, four.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the show. Sylvia here, and I'm with Veronique. Hi, Veronique.
Hello, Sylvia. How are you?
Doing good. Thank you.
Mhm.
So, today we're going to talk about open adoptions. And what
Yeah.
is the side, talk about the side that people don't usually talk about that much. It's not mainstream, like not
Mhm.
as discussed as it should be. Veronique adopted a little girl last year through open adoption.
Yeah.
And so she's going to let us know how it went, the overall impression of the process. So, Veronique, let us know. Tell us, how was it?
Yeah, open adoption. So yeah, we talked about it a little bit in a previous podcast, and I went through some um, points, but to go into more details, it could be, yeah, it has its challenges. It has also its benefits. I mean, we're really, really happy. We have our little girl now for 17 months now, and she just started. She's a toddler. She started to be in the big rooms with the bigs now at daycare, and she's doing very well. She's very happy. But to start, yeah, if you plan on having an open adoption, um, the main things, the hardest things at the beginning would be to be chosen. It's always something
Hmm.
you have to wait, and the wait can be long because I see some families. I still go on the website to check
Yeah,
because I remember some of the family we started with. I remember the faces. We're in the same classes. You have to take some classes, and I
yeah,
look at the website and they're still waiting, and it's been almost 2 years. And we started the
really.
process 3 years ago. Yeah, so some families they've been waiting for 3 years at least for a baby. So I feel very blessed and very lucky that it took us only 9 months. And we had
Yeah.
also a call before. So for us, it kind of happened very fast. So yeah, so that's one point. Being chosen by somebody by a birth mother can be very stressful. You have to wait.
Hmm.
And then when you're chosen, it doesn't even mean that's going to work out because you have to be matched. You have to match, right? So the agency is trying to match you according to what you wrote on your file and what she's looking for. They think, okay, this is a good match, but then you have to meet and
Hmm.
talk with her, right, to see if
Yeah.
it's a good fit. And I remember the lady at the agency. She was telling us a story that a family they met their birth mother. They went for lunch, and at lunch, the woman, she was smoking, and she was
Oh,
all she was heavily pregnant already. She was gonna have the baby soon, right? She was smoking. But these women, they have issues. That's why they're placing their kids. Obviously,
yeah. A lot of them.
if
Yeah.
like
Hmm.
okay, yeah, if you're good and everything, if you're married, and you're not gonna give up your baby, right? So she
Yeah.
was smoking. She wasn't drinking, but she was smoking, and she was. I don't know if she had like French fries and a burger or something, but nothing, really like she didn't have a salad and everything. And the family were like, oh, maybe you shouldn't smoke, and maybe you should have some organic food and something like that. And from that was it. She didn't choose them. She was like, okay, we're done here. Because, and the lady at the agency was like, she is not your surrogate. You have to understand that. She's a woman looking to place our kid, but she doesn't want to be told by strangers that she doesn't know how to
What to do?
behave, what to do. And if she misbehave, or if she does something wrong, you're gonna know it's in her chart. Okay, she takes drugs, or she smoke, or she does that and that. After it's it's also your right not to accept. to be
I
matched with her.
wouldn't. I wouldn't match. So you can't say anything to them that, oh, you're smoking crack. You can't say it's bad
No,
for them. So I
no.
mean, I would just be like, I'm not interested. Then, of
I
course,
mean, she's
I don't
not
want
gonna.
to.
Obviously, she's not gonna smoke crack in front of you
But
because that's not allowed. I think she's going to restrain from that. But in your shop, no, they tell you you have a shop when they say, "Do you accept somebody who's smoke crack, who does cocaine, who
oh
does
my
this or that
god,
is?" You know, you
yeah.
have to choose.
hmm
And after you do your own research, actually, people who do cocaine or crack or even meth, it doesn't really affect the baby most of the time. You know, the baby's really protected, so it's going to come out with addiction, but after a few weeks, it's going to be okay. But the worst thing actually is alcohol. So that's why we said no
And
on our files. We said no to alcohol because alcohol, the baby, if she's heavily alcoholic, the baby's gonna come out.
but cigarettes too. Cigarettes are awful for babies
Yes,
if
but
you're
if she's
smoking
the
during
baby's not
pregnancy.
gonna come out with a birth defect. That's the
But it
thing.
comes out with respiratory problems, all kinds of problems. It's
It can have
and birth
asthma.
defect too.
It can
Birth
have
defect,
asthma.
birth
I mean,
defect too.
most of the parents I know, so especially in France, everybody was smoking. Okay, most of the
Mm.
kids they didn't have birth defect when they came out. We have asthma, you can have issue, but the cigarette, I mean, you can have a cigarette compared to meth. I mean, or cocaine. I think a cigarette is okay. Since all the baby boomers from the 60s and the 70s, everybody was smoking. So,
Oh
you know,
yeah. Mhm.
but so that was the main issue with what the agency tell us. Don't tell them what to do because they're not gonna listen to you. They don't know you. So that's the main thing.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Yeah.
when we met our birth mother the first time, we were very careful. She was okay. She wasn't smoking or anything like that, but we were very careful what we were saying. Oh, actually, no. There was she was saying that telling us that she had actually a toothache, but she didn't want to
Mm.
go to the doctor because she didn't want to take any medication, for the baby. And so my husband was like, oh, if they're gonna give you something safe, they can give you Tylenol or whatever. She didn't like it. Then it happened exactly what the lady from the agency said. She texted me like later. She said, I didn't like, when your husband told me to do this, to do that, I don't need to be told what to do. And I was like, oh my God, here we go.
Wow.
We're done. Okay, we're done. And I was like, no, it was just, a suggestion because you were telling us you were in pain. So we're just, telling you, maybe you
Yeah.
could do this or that. She's like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
thank you for letting me know. But we have to, these kind of person sometimes they're not in their right mind, so
Yeah.
you have to
hmm
be juggle and be careful if you're not used to it.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. One thing also, when you do open adoption and you have to be ready for this, they can change their minds until the last
Mm.
minute, until they sign the paper saying that okay, I'm giving my rights away, I don't have any rights. They can change their mind. You go to the hospital and they tell you, you're not the parents, you're the babysitter for the next 3 weeks because she has 3 weeks to sign paperwork. So she can sign
Right.
right away, she can sign after 3 days, but until she signed and is being recorded at the court, which can take another 2 weeks, you're not the parents. And of
Yeah.
course, when you go
hmm
to the hospital to to collect the baby, don't come with your family. Don't come. It's not a party. You have to be
Yeah.
sensitive, right? She's
Yeah.
sad. She's giving up her baby, so you have to be very sensitive.
hmm
So, so
Yeah.
yeah, she can change her mind. Um,
And
Also,
how did you feel during that process of waiting?
oh, it was horrible.
Like, because
I mean,
it's
during the
just like
process
the
of
of not
waiting,
know. Yeah, until it's signed. Like, how did you
oh,
feel of
I,
like?
on, I didn't even announce. I only told
Mm.
close friends and family, and not even the whole family. We only told
Uh
our
huh.
parents. I didn't tell my aunts, my cousin. I didn't tell anybody because I'm like, can you imagine if I announce to everybody and after she's like, actually, I want my baby back? No.
Yeah. Uh
Yeah,
huh.
no, I
Yeah.
don't need that. I don't need everybody
hmm
calling me and saying, we're sorry. No, I don't need
Yeah.
this. It's better
yeah.
they don't know. And maybe one day I will tell them, oh, we adopted that baby, it didn't work out. But I
Yeah.
don't want
Yeah.
like 50 people calling me and say we're sorry. No.
I know.
Ugh.
Sometimes they think they're helping, but it's worse, isn't
No,
it?
it's
Like,
worse because it just
mhm.
put you back in the situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it was. We went home, but we were like on edge for. Actually, we were kind of lucky again. We were on edge for 4 days because she only took 4 days to sign. So
hmm
she didn't sign right away because she was very tired. Then The agency told her, when are you ready? She said, okay, I'm ready. After 2 days, she said, I'm ready to sign. Then she canceled because she was really tired. And then she called back, and 2 days later, she signed the paperwork. So 4 days, after 4 days, we were able to tell
Yeah,
everybody.
not bad.
The thing also, so she has the option to stay in the life of the baby, or she has
Mm.
the option, because it's open adoption, or she has the option not to do a closed adoption, to disappear. So the thing that can be a bit confusing sometimes is if they choose to have an open adoption and they start having contact with the baby, and one day they just disappear. So you have to be prepared for that too. They just disappear from your life, and it's better if it happens at the beginning or when the kid doesn't really know what's going on. It's a baby, because if it happened after a few years, the kid's gonna ask, where's my birth mother? Where is she? That's a lot of questions you don't want to answer to. But because they're not really, sometimes they have mental health issue or they have other issue, what can happen. So for us at the moment, we have an open adoption and it's going 50-50. It's not easy because we also have our issue with our birth mother, but hopefully, our daughter is going to know, where she comes from. So I
But
hope it's,
wait, but
yeah.
like you're saying that she, what if the mother disappears after? But the whole point of being adopted by another family, you're with the other family, so your child is not going to have any connection with this birth mother. So you wouldn't affect the child knowing that the birth mother is gone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's better if she does that. It's better that it happens when she's a baby, right?
But
Especially
that means they're
she's
going
not
to
gonna know.
develop a relationship with the open adoption. So if,
Yeah, you develop a relationship, but it's not going to be the same as with the parents. I mean, that's what we understand,
mm,
because when we do you have to do a seminar. When you do the open adoption, you have to do several seminar, and in one of the seminar, you have birth mother that come and talk to you, to us, and explain,
mm.
how it's going to happen. And the two birth mother we talk to, they say, they don't feel like they're the mothers because they don't raise the kid. They don't feel like their mom. One of them say, I feel more like I'm an aunt or something like that. She's like, I can see my kid. I don't live very far, so I can see my kid, growing and being healthy. I'm happy. But she had, what do you call that? When you change mood all the time, but be
Bipolar.
bipolar. She's bipolar. She has some issues. She's bipolar, and she doesn't have a lot of money, so she knew she couldn't, raise the kid. And the dad also had mental issue, so she knew she couldn't raise a kid. But so she said her kid is really well raised, is good in his mind, and he just tell people, oh, I have two mom. I have the mom who raised me, and I have, my birth mother. But she said, as a birth mother, I don't feel like his mom. I feel more that like his aunt. And she's not trying to take the place of the mom. She's not telling the mom how to raise the kid or to do anything. And also she said, I travel a lot. So it's not like I'm on in his life all the time. I see him once or twice a year, and I receive picture, and that's it.
But the thing is that they of course they're gonna put a person, the agency, to
Mm-hmm.
a witness that is in the best behavior. They're not gonna bring, oh, let me bring this one who actually wants to be the mother again. They're not gonna do that. That's the
Oh
thing.
no, and
They're
I'm
gonna
sure.
bring the most perfect example that is so everything
Well,
well, and they're not gonna bring. Oh, how about all the other options that
actually,
could
no.
happen?
Actually, no. They both actually two people. So this one was good, and the other one wasn't that good. Actually,
Oh, but
she
the
had a
other one said like she regretted having adopting.
she's not sure regretted, but she couldn't see the kid anymore. Something happened with the family, that the family she was where she placed her kid, they had another adopted kid. She had two adopted kids, not from her. So one was from her, and the other one was somebody else. And apparently, the second kid was confused. He thought that she was his mom too. So he started asking questions. He's like, "So you're not my mom? What's going on?" So they started to have some confusion. And the parents were like, "Okay, this is too confusing for the kids. I think we're going to have to take a step back." And they told her, "You cannot see your kid anymore." So she was there,
Hmm.
telling us, I'm bad now. I cannot see her anymore. And so we were all like, "Okay, so for how long? How long are you going to?" And she said, "I don't know. It's not my decision. It's the parents' decision." And she looked like she was fine with it. So of course they're not gonna give us the worst scenario with a woman saying, "I want my kids back," because I don't even think those kind of people anyway would want to do a seminar, would want to witness for us, because they're not right in their minds. That's what I think. And I think they're always going to present to people who are kind of okay in their minds and have accepted, their decision. Because the
Mm,
issue we have with ours is that I think she regrets and she doesn't accept the decision that she made, and that's why we have
mhm,
all those issue. Which brings me to they need therapy. And I think the two men we were talking to, they went to group therapy because the agency actually offers in the sorry, in the whole process, you can help them, paying for group therapy. And
mhm,
we did for our birth mother, but she refused. And I think that was a big mistake because she would have gone there. There's other birth mothers, there's therapists, and they actually talk about their experience. And maybe she would have understood better, what she was doing.
mhm. Yeah.
And yeah, and I think you need therapy to heal, to forgive yourself because you're placing your kid. It's a big deal. So if you can forgive yourself and if you can accept what you did, the rest of the journey might go better. Because if
Yeah.
she was okay with us, we might be more open. We might be, it would be easier for everybody. But right now
Mhm,
it's a bit of a roller coaster. So you sign it. I think it's the regular way to do it. We sign a contract for 12 years, 12
mm,
years of open adoptions. So we have to respect, the picture once a month, the visit once a year, stuff like that. And after 12 years, to our daughter, she's going to be the one deciding, I want to stay in contact, or this is so much, or, I just want to see her, or I want to see her more, or whatever. So we'll talk again after 12 years of the term of the contract. We'll see if she's still in our lives. Because to be honest, I'm not even sure she's still going to be there because
mm.
she's really unstable. So I'm not really
Yeah, I
sure,
don't know what to expect.
Yeah, we never know what to expect.
Mhm.
So we see what happened. Um, the thing they need to understand, I mean, also when they have, those mental issue, they need to understand that this is not a divorce. We're not co-parenting. And
Yeah,
I
that's
think,
the thing.
yeah, that's one of our issues. So, she thinks we co-parenting and we're not. We are the
Mhm,
parents. We are making the decision. You are not. You
mhm.
you go your rights away. So unfortunately you have to accept, what we're doing for her. I think she was under the impression that I was going to be a stay-home mom for the next 5 years, and the baby is never going to go to daycare. And I was like, I never said that. When you met me, I was working full time, and I told her, I'm going to slow down a little, maybe go part time to take care of Naomi, of course. But I'm not
Mhm.
going to give up my job. We still need to work. Okay, see the Bay Area, we need to work. And I think when I told her, oh, I found a daycare for the baby, she was all sure. She was like, oh, already? Oh, I guess you can went back to work. I'm like, yeah, I had to go back to work.
Mm.
So
Even that she was making a big deal. Okay.
yeah, a lot of details. And at the beginning we didn't pick on that. We were thought,
Mm.
oh, that's just her personality. And
Yeah.
after, it unraveled all it's a bit crazy. We're like, okay, now we have issues. So I think that's why they really need therapy. They need to be supported because some of them, they don't accept the decision,
Yeah.
and it's a big, big source of stress for everybody.
Yeah.
Um, Also, what else? Yeah, I think also, yeah, we have to accept as adopting parents, that Naomi's gonna have she's gonna have 2 months and that's it, She's not gonna call us the same. I mean, if she's still in our life, I need to accept, of course. That's our birth mother. She gave her life, so I'm not gonna pretend that she doesn't exist. But as long
Mhm.
as she accepts not to co-parent, that I'm the parent, I'm not gonna say, you cannot see her, you cannot do that. I mean,
Yeah.
and we've never been against, open adoption, so that's not a big deal
So
for
there is
us.
an option for closed adoption. You
Yeah,
can
but
choose that if you want.
not you, not as a parent, not as an adoptive parents. The birth mother can choose.
Oh,
She can say, I
okay.
want nothing to do with the kid, I'm out.
Okay.
but
Hmm.
cannot go and say, I don't want her to have contact. No, no, she has rights.
Really? Wow.
So yeah, yeah. I don't know if it's
Okay.
America or if it's California. I think it's in America because the babies
Mm.
can come from where any state.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think
Maybe.
yeah, and I think it's they do that now in more countries. In France, so that's where I'm from. There's no contact. It's always close adoption. And
Hmm.
when you have the baby is already at least 2 months, 2 or 3 months, because the mom has 3 months to change her mind. So when she gives
Oh, okay.
birth, the baby is placed in a family, in a foster care, in a family
Hmm.
for 3 months. And she has 3 months to change her mind. After 3 months, that's it. She's done and she has no contact. And the baby is never going to know who she is. And the baby is placed and they call you, they say, we have a baby for you. And that's it. But there's no
Okay.
open adoption and there's none
Yeah,
of that.
yeah.
Yeah. And
I
that's
like
it.
that because 3 months is time enough of a time to be like, okay, I
To think
want
about
it.
it, 3 months.
Hmm.
Although mine took 6. After 6 months, she came back and she's like, "Oh, actually, I want to know her." So you never know, you never know what can happen.
Yeah, but it's different. She wasn't with the baby since the beginning. So oh no, but the mother doesn't. She goes to
No, she
the
doesn't
baby goes to
either.
foster
Baby's
care.
placed.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
foster care. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that also brings me to there's a difference, in America with foster care and adopting. And I think sometimes I think she thinks that she put the baby in foster care. That's why she's trying to
Mm.
parent and do
Hmm.
everything like, ooh, hello, baby's not in foster care. You're not gonna get her back. So you need to put that
Yeah,
in your
yeah.
mind, right? She's not foster care.
I
If you
hope the
want it,
agency is helping her, dealing with all
no,
these
that's it.
mental
That
issues. No, they're
she
done.
doesn't. She doesn't want any
Okay.
help. We try
Mm.
for a year. They don't
Okay.
want. Most of the time they don't want help. They're in their own world. And
Yeah, they're like, I don't need any help. I'm fine. Yeah.
she said she has her own therapist, but
Mm.
the agency was like, "But is it an adoption um, um, specialist therapist? Because that's what you need. Somebody who deals with adoption. Because it's a special thing. But I don't think her therapist maybe is just for her issues, but
Hmm.
not it doesn't be know to know how to talk to her about adoption.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Well,
um, yeah. So
yeah,
we're going
very
to be in contact.
interesting.
Yeah, we're going to be in contact with her as long it doesn't affect Naomi. If she doesn't do
Hmm.
anything that's gonna hurt the baby or whatever, I'm all for open adoption. Even if she does stuff that doesn't go with us, we can deal with it. But as long as she's not, hurting mentally Naomi, we should be okay. So
Hmm.
right now we're just praying that everybody's gonna go along. Is gonna get along, and that we can think about the welfare of the baby. That's what's important, and not our personal issue, with each other.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm just praying for her. I'm just praying that she can find peace because she's not in peace. She goes to church and everything, so I'm sure she can find peace over there. But I just want her to accept, her decision because we didn't call her. We didn't call you to tell us, to tell you, give us your baby. You chose
Yeah.
us, and you
Yeah.
chose us for a good reason. So now let us parent. Pascal told her all the time, trust us. You chose us. We talked to before we met Naomi, we talked to you. And you chose us for a reason. So now you have to
Hmm.
let it go. You have to trust us.
Yeah. She will eventually.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think she will. And I think maybe if she's happy, when maybe she's meet somebody else, and maybe she has her own family, and she's going to understand, how to raise a baby, how hard it is. Maybe she will be like, oh, I made a mistake, with those parents, and I was misbehaving, and I regret a little bit. So
yeah.
it's only it's only the beginning. So maybe now, another year might take another year. No, she'll be. I'm just praying God, and I'm sure God is gonna hear my prayer.
Yeah. Keep praying.
Yeah,
Keep
he
praying,
always
girl.
listen to me. I'm gonna pray my angels. I'm reading this new book about talking to the angel of the person. That
Oh
was really
yeah.
interesting.
Uh-huh.
You
Yeah.
remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, from
Hmm.
Catherine Ponder. So that's
Yeah.
going to be maybe our next podcast about that.
Hmm.
And I was like, Yeah, I never thought about that. Praying to the angel of the other person.
Yeah, isn't it?
This way
Very
they can
interesting.
intercede for you. That's a good
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
So that's what I'm doing.
yeah. Keep doing
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
All right,
So
guys. I
yeah,
think, yeah, it
that's where we are
showed.
right now. So I will keep you guys update on the situation if something new happen or something better happen or something worse. We'll see.
Yes, we are gonna make another episode about that
hmm
later on.
Yeah,
Let's see
yeah.
where this story, the soap opera, is gonna go.
Telenovela.
Telenovela.
Seriously. Ooh, baby.
All right, then. So, hope you enjoyed the show.
Thank
Goodbye.
you.
Talk to you
Bye bye.
later. Bye. Take care.
Thank you for tuning in to High Vibes and a Mic. Until next time, laugh hard, stay silly, and never forget to bring your sense of humor. Please follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest.